It's been kind of a while since I've done a video like this where I pretty much answer all of your guys' questions, whether they are juicy or not. I want to kind of get to know you guys better and help you out. I tend to look at myself as a therapist type. I'm definitely like the therapist friend who like gives pretty sound advice whether you need it or not, but I genuinely love giving advice on situations that I can either relate to or even just feel like I have something good to say about. Before we even get into the questions and answers, I want to first say thank you. And the reason why I'm saying thank you is because you guys have shown me so much love this past week here on my channel and honestly over the past few years, but I really feel like it is time for me to do a cash giveaway. This has been a really difficult year for many people, and I have been blessed and fortunate enough to still be able to work, and I want to give back to my subscribers. I am going to give three amazing people, $100 each for Christmas time. And I'll do it via Cash App. And the way you guys are gonna enter is you guys are gonna subscribe down below, of course. You're gonna follow me on Instagram. And then after you do both those things, you guys are gonna comment down below any comment you want and then just put your cash tag and I will pick 3 lucky people. I will announce them on my Instagram page. So make sure that you guys follow me on there or else you guys won't know if you won or not. So I hope that you guys enjoy this little giveaway. I will do so many more of these in the future, don't worry. But I wanted to give 3 people money for Christmas, and I might do another one during Christmas time, who knows. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into all the questions that y'all have for me, and let's see if I can help y'all out. So the first question is, you can't get over your ex. Honestly, I've been there. I know what it feels like to have an ex-boyfriend, and I know what it feels like to feel like you can't get over this person. When I tell you guys this, I don't know if it's gonna be easier for you or harder for you, but the truth is, it wasn't meant to be. It just was not meant to be, and if it was meant to be, you guys will find your way back to each other in the future. But I really feel like exes are meant to stay in the past, and sometimes you just need to boss up. Just be a boss-ass chick, reinvest in yourself, re-love yourself, start to do your own self-love journey, get back into fitness, get back into good health, take care of yourself, hang out with your friends, hang out with your family. It is time for you. It's your season. It's not your season to focus on someone else. And it's just as simple as that. How are you confident in using toys? I feel like it's very taboo. Toys are something that is a huge part of a woman's experience being a woman. And you should never feel shame in exploring yourself in this way. I can understand how it can feel taboo because us women have a hard time admitting that we are allowed to experience pleasure as well, but you deserve it, you're allowed to do it, and that's just that on that. When you know what to do, you can tell somebody how to do it for you. Do you get what I'm saying? How to maintain the chase in a relationship. I was the girl that was always chasing someone, like literally always chasing a guy, and it was kind of friggin' pathetic. So I can speak from experience. When you are a woman who just cares about yourself, you do things for yourself, you work for yourself, everything revolves around your own time, it really is something that stands out to a man. They want to see someone who's independent with their own self. If you're clingy, if you're obsessed, if you're worried about somebody else all the time, they're gonna be like, okay, I need my own personal space. When you give a guy his personal space, and by the way, you're not doing it for him, you're doing it for you, remember, because if you do it for him, he'll know. But if you do it for you because you're busy and you got something going on, they are gonna chase you. Can you talk about building genuine friendships? So this is honestly very cut and dry for me. I have found my bestest of friends without looking for friends. Sometimes people just show up in your life and you weren't expecting them to. I have met all of my friends the most organic way possible and we just ended up clicking. And I also think that building genuine friendships means, being genuine with yourself. You attract what you are. So if you are a fake person, you're gonna attract fake friends. If you are a mean-spirited gossip type, you're gonna probably also attract mean-spirited gossip types. Now, that's not to say that everybody who has a fake friend is fake. That's not what I'm saying, but you really are what you attract. And I think that when I started to better myself and become a better version of myself, there was years where I was toxic, where I was mean, where I was lying. I did not have a good, solid group of girlfriends. When I cleaned up my shit and I got myself together, I started attracting actual good people. How did you manage finances when you moved out? And how did you know you were ready to move out? So honestly, guys, I felt like I was ready to move out for years, but I didn't have the money. So the second that I made enough money to move out, that's exactly what I did. I left home. I am a really independent person. I really can take good care of myself. And the best way to manage your finances and like your bills and things like that is he's actually caring about them. I think that the reason why I'm pretty good at managing money is because I have like this paranoia of not paying things. And I know that that could sound bad, but I get nervous about not paying my bills, so I always think about them. That's really what helps me. Obviously, there are better ways to handle this. You can have some sort of routine, schedule, or some type of spreadsheet that shows you guys every single thing that you need to pay and when to pay it by. Or if you're like me, you set things up on automatic payments so you don't have to think about them. That's kind of what I just recently started doing, and now I don't have to actively go in and pay each bill. How do you break up with a friend that you've had for years? I haven't actually had to break up with a friend in a really long time. I personally distance myself from someone, and then if they notice it and say something, I say, listen, you weren't good for my mental health. It was something that was really draining and hard. I definitely think there's better ways to go about it. Like if you are a super upfront person, I would suggest having a talk with this person. But sometimes, especially during, different points in your life where you realize this person is too toxic to have a heart-to-heart conversation with, because think about it, goodbyes are never easy and they never really end well, even if they end well. Does that make sense? So what I mean by that is it's hard to say to somebody, I like you, but we're done. So I definitely think just distancing yourself, kind of, immersing yourself in a new lifestyle of maybe taking on a hobby or working more or just spending less time with this person, they'll kind of get the hint. And then obviously if they say, hey, by the way, what's going on? Just say, listen, I don't think that our friendship is working out. And I think that, it wasn't good for me to be friends with you. And it's going to suck. It's going to hurt. It's going to be hard to talk about. But I definitely think that it is important to not be friends with people if they are affecting you mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever it is. I think the people that are the most miserable are surrounded with miserable people, and you have to be super careful about who you give your energy to and who you give your time to. I'm 18 and I never had a boyfriend. Is this a problem? I, was an early bloomer in many ways, and I dated early, and I don't think it was necessarily a positive or a negative thing, but I have people that I know in my life who didn't even have their first kiss until they were an adult, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's timing is different, and do it when you're ready. How to go about your friends making you jealous of their pay, marriage, and job. This is a really interesting one. I think it is a very toxic thing to be jealous of your friends. It's bad. But I don't think that it's abnormal, and I'm gonna tell you guys how to get over it. The things that you're jealous of, why? Is it because you're not happy with the things in your life? Because if that's the case, then you need to change it. I do think jealousy stems from wanting or desiring something that somebody else has. Why are you jealous of their pay? Is it because you're not getting paid enough, or because this person's lifestyle is better than yours? If you want to make more money, you have to make more money. If you're jealous of somebody's marriage, maybe, you should reflect on the things in your marriage. But I definitely think that, comparing yourself to others is, a double-edged sword. Sometimes it's good to look at other people's lives and compare to help better understand things for yourself, but it's also the thief of joy in many other ways. Enhance things about your life that you don't like, but if it's something that is just impossible for you to reach, you need to let it pass and you need to get over it. For instance, Kylie Jenner's life. I'm never gonna have her life. No matter how much I am jealous and just obsessed with her life, and I'm never gonna have her life. So I let that go. Like, I'm not gonna harp on it. If I see her have something that I'll never have, I'm not gonna cry over it because I'm never gonna have it. There's no point in being obsessed with it. How do I tell my boyfriend that I am not okay with him staying friends with girls that he has slept with? This is a no-no. I do not think it's terrible for guys to be friends with girls. I do think it's possible to have a platonic relationship with a female, but if he has slept with these women, you can't be friends with them. And that's just a freaking ultimatum that you need to make as a woman. I don't think it's a confidence lacking thing. I think it's an inappropriate thing. I don't stay friends with people that I've once had an experience like that with, and therefore you shouldn't either. Not being sexually attracted to my partner. What are you doing, sis? You need to be attracted to the person that you are dating. That's just the way it is. It will not work if all of those things are not meant. So you have to be attracted to this person in that way, or else it will never work. I mean, unless you guys both have an agreement where you guys are totally okay with not being intimate, but I can't ever see a world where that would ever be a thing. Tips on how to be a bigger person. This is so crazy, guys, because I've never gotten this question before, and I was just talking about this the other day. I decided, as of this year, that I want to be the bigger person in every conversation. If I end up feeling like a disagreement is going too far, I'm exiting the premises. Do you understand? I do not ever want to see myself get out of character ever again, especially as an adult. adults, I just don't like the way it looks. I think that to be the bigger person means that you may care, but you know you're not going to get anywhere if you hit below the belt. I used to be like a below the belt jabber, and I decided that it doesn't do anything for me. It never works out. And the best way to teach people how to treat you is by treating them a certain way. And I think that if you treat people with respect, they'll treat you with respect. And if they don't, then you need to completely cut this person off. If you feel like somebody is so toxic for you that you constantly have to be the bigger person in every scenario and they are always hurting you and hitting below the belt, you need to distance yourself from that person. It's more for yourself than it is for them. Like, it feels better when you can walk away and be content with what you said and not have to have because I'm telling you, when you are mean, hit below the belt, and you do things to people that are shady, you can't sleep at night. Like, I've been there, and I don't ever want to be like that ever again, because I want to be able to sleep like a baby at night and never have an issue with what I said, what I did, or who I am. I am afraid to be alone. Any advice? I hate being alone. I am like the queen of two is better than one. I operate better with another person. My advice for somebody like this is your time to figure yourself out. If you are alone currently, I would say find out every single little thing about yourself. It is okay to want a partner and not have one. Do you understand? And I want you to really hear that. When it is time for you to meet someone, you're gonna meet someone who deserves you. This might be the person you marry and end up with, and you're gonna be so happy that you did that self-reflection. It is okay to not wanna be alone and be alone. Learn from it and become the best version of yourself for when you are ready to be in a relationship. What it really takes to stop being basic. Guys, I will let you know when I stop. I'm just kidding. I have actually learned the art of not being basic, and I think that to not be basic means don't conform too much. Be original, be yourself, and try your best to constantly reinvent yourself. I know a lot of people maybe think that that's kind of toxic to constantly reinvent yourself, but for me personally, it helps me grow mentally and emotionally. I feel like when I'm ever evolving, I'm way more happy than when I'm stagnant and in a content place, because then I end up getting not so content and then I end up hating everything. Okay guys, I hope that I answered all of the questions that you guys had for me. Please do not forget to enter the cash giveaway down below. Remember, it's subscribe, follow me on Instagram, put your cash tag down below with a comment, and make sure you guys keep updated on Instagram because I'll be announcing on there who are the $300 winners. Okay guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for supporting me always, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.